Hello, my name is Roy Nichols. I'm going to be talking to you today about Chapter 5, Attitudes, which is Functions and Consequences. Within Chapter 5, I'm going to be discussing attitude strength. Now, when looking at the characteristics of attitude strength, according to our textbook, the Dynamics of Persuasion, 5th edition, is described as strong attitudes are particularly likely to forecast behavior for your actions now and in the future. Now, those with strong convictions on certain issues will be the ones to be out there advocating for whatever cause they feel passionate about. They can do this by demonstrating protest or even working through their political powers to try and get their points across. So their attitude is strong. It is more complicated when you start to think about instances when you have someone with an opinion or attitude that is for both sides of a particular argument. But when pushed this way, this may sway your attitude to one direction, not necessarily the other. Now, I will share my personal experience as a person who has had the issue of attitude strength being a part of a predicament that I was in when it came to the subject of guns allowed on public college campuses. Now, originally, I thought I was for this and thought that they should be allowed. As time went on, and the more uncomfortable that I became with the idea of individuals being allowed on campus with guns, and it made me be split in my original thought to allow students with a license to carry a gun. Now, as we have learned in part of this chapter, effective part of the attitude can make people feel a certain way and can really sway people to one side of their attitude. This attitude strength that we each have within us, mine was swayed from an original position that I originally had my attitude on, strengthened towards not being okay with guns allowed on campus. Even though I didn't, this could have been enough for me to protest or contact my local politicians to vote against this law. Now that I have discussed my personal experience, I will now make some inferences. Out of this situation, I have learned that attitude strength can really make someone be passionate about a certain subject, and if they do change their mind, they most likely will end up choosing a side that they are more strong and passionate about. Attitude strength is not a bad thing. This is something that allows us as individuals to work at and see what we're each capable of fighting or advocating for something that we are really strong and passionate about. Emotions can be a contributor to each individual's attitude, strength, and this is okay because we express this way in passion in various ways. Individually, we all do. Now that I have made some inferences, I will discuss how these inferences can be transferred to other situations. These situations can be used in our everyday lives when used appropriately. We use attitude strength in our everyday lives when we are at school. I often see signs and billboards that are examples of these attitude strengths. These signs are advocating for different passions such as Black Lives Matter, Christianity groups, and other organizations that are trying to demonstrate an attitude strength for that particular subject. Now, in conclusion, do not be afraid to demonstrate attitude strength. As long as it's for a cause that you're passionate about, you will be working for that cause. Now, why does this matter? Because attitude strength can be seen as a foundation of the beginning of something bigger. You have to start with a strong attitude to start change, and this is a good approach to getting it started. Now, I leave you with this. Wade Boggs once said, "A positive attitude causes a chain reaction of positive thoughts, events, and outcomes. It is a catalyst and it sparks extraordinary results." Thank you very much. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Thank you.